welcome back, everybody.
This is Morning Announcements
with Madisyn
and Mr. I. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Ooh. Today is
Monday, November 30th.
Wow, the last day of November. Well, it's the 30th, you say. Did you know that today is National
Moose Day? Ooh, yummy. I bet my Grandma Aladine would have loved that. There's nuts and chocolate, her two favorite things.
Wow, looks delicious. It's Personal Space Day.
Computer Security Day.
Yes, it is. And Mississippi Day.
Mississippi, that's a long word. Mississippi. I don't think I could remember how to spell that.
I think we're celebrating Mississippi Day today. How does that sound, Madisyn?
Yeah, I guess so. Mississippi. Whoa, I said it.
Woohoo!
Hey, you, what's for lunch?
Food.
Well, looks like someone has to call Shauna today. Shauna, what is for lunch? Oh, mini corn dogs, delicious.
Mini corn dogs, yeah.
Here is a positive and inspirational quote by Alexia.
I wonder what she has for us today. You want to go ahead and read it for us, Madisyn?
Sure. Focus on your potential instead of your limitations. This quote is by Alan Lloyd McGinnis.
Happy birthday to you.
Today's birthday is Colton, who is in Mrs. Sweeney's class, Isaiah, who is in Mrs. George's class, and Naomi, who is in Mrs. Quimby's class's birthday.
They share birthdays with author Jonathan Swift. How about another famous author, Mark Twain? English politician, Winston Churchill. The first African-American woman voted into Congress, Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. Actress, Kaylee Kuko.
And I'd like to say this one. It is model Chrissy Teigen's birthday. You guys might also know her as John Legend's wife.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, happy birthday. This is Todd Time with our school counselor, Mrs. Todd.
Good morning, Wildcats, and welcome back to Todd Time. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving break. Today we're going to practice a coping skill. Where it's one you've tried before, we're going to practice our lazy 8 breathing. Take your pointer finger and put it in the middle of the star. As you breathe in, you're going to loop your finger around the side of the 8, like this. Ready? Breathe in. And then on the other side, breathe out. Do this 2 or 3 times until you're feeling like your body is calm and your mind is ready to get back to work. Keep practicing those coping skills and have a great day. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Mrs. Todd, for those breathing techniques.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Todd. This day in history. This day in history. America.
Yes, America. Yes, I'm going to take you back to the year 1982 when this man, Michael Jackson, released his 6th album. This album, Thriller. It went on to win the 1984 Grammy Award for Best Album and became the best-selling album ever.
Of all time.
Well, it happened this day in 1982.
In 1982. This is Word on the Street with our mystery person. I wonder who it'll be today.
Hi there, Mrs. Wara with another word on the street or playground. And today's word is meticulous. So meticulous means that you're neat and careful about small details. So I was thinking of this word in terms of like people decorating for the holidays. Some people are very meticulous about the way that is done. Use it in a sentence. Laura was meticulous about organizing her desk. The antonym or opposite of meticulous is careless. Here's your word on the street. meticulous.
Thanks for sharing. That was pretty cool. Do you think you can use that word in a sentence this week, Madisyn?
Yes, I'm intelligent. Here is the second installment from the principal's message.
Hello, Wildcats. This is Dr. Risher from the principal's office. Now that everyone is well settled into their virtual classrooms, you will start to notice me logging in from time to time. I really want to see all of the great things that you're learning, and I want you to remember to be respectful and continue on with your class even if you see me join in. This week, your word of the week is impeccable. Impeccable means free from fault or blame. Susan's teacher commented that she had impeccable attendance during virtual learning. Last week, we had our first riddle, and it was, David's parents have 3 sons. Their names are Snap, Crackle, and the third son's name? David. This week's riddle, I am tall when I am young, and I am short when I am old. What am I? Check in next week for the answer. In the meantime, make it a great week and stay safe, Wildcats.
Thanks, Mrs. Risher.
Yes, thanks, Mrs. Risher. Get to know our teachers.
You kind of sound like an 80s rock
Robot
band.
instructor.
Yeah. So who's it going to be this week?
Mrs. Madding, our 4th grade math teacher.
Well,
Also, our editor.
well, where did she go to school?
She graduated from the Ocosta High School.
And college?
Mrs. Madding has attended Grays Harbor College and Western Governors University before going. After her teaching degree, she spent a year at the Art Institute in Seattle studying video production.
Oh, that's why she's so good at this job that she does for us, huh?
Yeah,
How long has she been a teacher?
she's been a teacher for approximately 5 years.
Is she married?
Yes, she has been with her husband Joseph for 12 years. And they have one daughter, Olivia, and a cat named Peter.
Oh, Pete the cat. I like it.
Yeah,
How about her spare time? What does she like to do?
in her spare time, she likes to read, knit, play board games, and video games. Currently, lots of Fall Guys and Among Us.
I know lots of 6th graders that play Among Us.
I know lots of 5th graders who play Among Us.
And do you have an interesting fact about her?
Yeah, did you know that she got married in Hawaii?
Hawaii? Wow. Do you have any pictures for us?
Yeah, I have 3 pictures, or maybe 4. I don't know. This is a picture of them after Joseph and her wedding
When
with
they're,
their daughter Olivia.
when they're down in Hawaii, right?
Yeah. Here is Mrs. Madding and Olivia down at the jetty.
Looks like Olivia's looking up to see if there's no seagulls flying above her.
Yeah. And this is a picture of them at the latest windstorm.
Oh, yeah, that windstorm we had last week. Oh, it's lucky that they didn't get blown away.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us about Mrs. Madding, Madisyn. Who's it going to be next week?
Magic bucket. Who's it gonna be next week? Oh, I think I found Mrs. Laura's name. Remember to send in your information and a picture or 2.
All right, we'll find out about Mrs. Warren next week.
Yes, we will. This is Life on the Beach with Sunny. I wonder where he'll be this week.
It's always an adventure with Sunny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Acosta, thanks for coming to another Life on the Beach with Sunny. And as you might have known, there was a big storm a week ago. And we got some footage of my famous Sunny's shack going down. So thought that might be interesting to you. So have a look.
Thanks, Sonny. Good seeing you again.
Yeah, thanks, Sonny. Jokes!
You're a singer like Olivia, huh?
Jokes!
Well, it's Monday, so Madison's got another joke for us. What do you have for us this week, Madisyn?
Drumroll, please. I forgot. What did the nose say to the finger?
Hi.
Stop picking on me.
Oh, oh, yeah, I bet there's lots of noses that say that.
Yeah. This is part 3 of my interview with our school superintendent, Mrs. Heather Sweet. What is a superintendent?
The superintendent, I like to kind of compare it to the CEO of a business. I'm responsible for everything that happens at the school. Any actions that happen is I'm responsible for. So I have to make sure that the buses run well, that the lunches are served correctly, that we follow all the state and federal laws, that students are doing what they need to do, teachers. So you oversee the entire business, and basically there are managers in each section. There's a principal in each building that report to me, and then I have a business manager that reports to me, a transportation director, and then a food and maintenance director. So basically I filter information for me, and I actually have 5 bosses. A lot of people don't know that, but I am not my own boss. I have 5 people, the school board, who oversee what I do. And they actually evaluate me every year to make sure that I'm doing what they've asked me to do.
Do you have to make a lot of decisions for our schools?
I do, and there are decisions I have to make in a split second, and there are decisions that I have to go out and ask people about or get information about. Since the pandemic started, I went from like 3 mandatory meetings a month to I have 3 meetings every week that I absolutely have to attend. I meet with other superintendents from our area and then a bigger region, and then I meet with the health department every week. So the job continues to grow, and I have to collect lots of information to make decisions. With the pandemic, there's some websites I use, and I try to share those on our school's website, ocosta.org. I put all those websites where I collect information from so that our community knows that I'm making decisions responsibly and that I'm collecting all the information I can.
What is the best part of your job?
Oh my gosh, the best part of my job is all the people that I work with. I love being at Ocosta. I love the teachers. I love our community. I love the kids. I really believe that I will stay here most of my career. I love Ocosta. I remember being asked when I was interviewed how long I was going to stay. And I was like, oh, that's a weird question to ask. And at the time I didn't know. Garrick was in 2nd grade when I started here. And I knew that we had to leave before he went into junior high, because it's really hard to be a new kid at a junior high or a high school. So I knew we either had to leave after 5th grade or we would stay forever. So then Garrett graduated, and I was like, oh, now I'm superintendent. I guess I'm going to stay a while. And now we've got Kellen. So Kellen doesn't graduate until 2032, and I want him to experience Ocosta, because this community and the teachers and the staff are what make Ocosta what it is.
What is the most challenging part of your job?
I think the most challenging part is having people not always understand why I make decisions that I have to make. The pandemic has really shown that there are people who feel strongly about things on both sides, and I have to ensure that I make decisions that are best for our students and our staff. And I always start with, is it safe? And then I go through everything else. But I always start with safety, and I always look at what our students and staff, and then the bigger community when I make decisions. So making decisions during a pandemic is very challenging, and especially because no one's had to do it before. So I can't call up a buddy and say, how have you handled this before? Because nobody's been through a pandemic before. So that has been a challenge, but it's also sort of a blessing because I don't know any different. I just make decisions based on what I know.
As you were saying, you've had to lead our school district through this pandemic. Did you ever think something like this would happen?
I never thought this would happen in a million years. Like, it never even dawned on me that I've worried about the tsunami. And then as soon as we had a tsunami structure, I was like, we're good. We are so good. Any natural disaster could happen and we would be okay. And then COVID-19 hit. So yeah, I never thought that this would happen. I never thought this experience would be sitting in my lap right now.
Yeah, like I'd never think that flying cars would be a thing in a million years.
You need to watch the Jetsons. Lots of flying cars in the Jetsons, an old cartoon.
What's been the hardest part of being our school leaders through this experience?
Well, I would say that it's hard to keep up on the information. We get new information from the OSPI, Department of Health, State Department of Health, local Department of Health, CDC. So there's probably about 5 agencies that I collect information from. And so once you think you've got it, the guidance changes. And so trying to keep up with all of the guidance has been challenging, because as the guidance changes, you have to change your decisions and then communicate that out with people.
What challenges do you see to reopening our school?
I think it's logistics. It's how do we get some kids here, some kids stay at home, get lunches to them, ride buses, wear masks, teachers who are sick, who can't come in and we don't have substitutes, trying to keep kids in what we call cohort groups or groups of 10 or less. How do you feed kids if you're supposed to stay in groups? All of those things are going to be a challenge. It's not about the teaching. I think the teachers they're great teachers, they can do that part. But how do we get kids to and from school, get them fed, and keep them 6 feet apart with masks on? That are going to be a challenge.
What are your dreams for our school district?
Well, I want people to say, when they talk about Ocosta, about how proud they are that they go to school here or went to school here. I have some dreams that we get more CTE programs, which are vocational programs, career and tech ed programs. My big dream is to start connecting the school to the community more and our tourism industry. I don't want to give away my secrets because I have some ideas that have been floating around in my head for probably 5 years. And then I want to do what we call a alternative learning experience for those families who are not necessarily wanting to have their children go to school full time, but want to still be connected with the school. We call that an alternative learning experience. And I want Ocosta to be a premier alternative learning site for families in our area. So lots of things about making Ocosta, taking it from what the great things we are and continue to build on it. If you notice, we've got signs now. I felt like nobody knew who Ocosta was. They drove by and they say, I think I saw your school. Now they know it's our school. There's a big letters that say Ocosta, home of the Wildcats, on the stadium. And when I first came here, you didn't know where the district office was or where the high school was or the community gym because there were no signs. So I think I want people to come here and know it's a great place to teach, it's a great place to learn, and that we are a positive contributor to our community.
What do you like best about our communities?
I love that it's small. I love that I know everyone here. There's days that I'm embarrassed when I walk into the grocery store if I'm in my sweats, but I still love that I know the people who are there. When I lived in Lacey, people didn't know me at the grocery store, and that was okay. But I like that there's a small town feel of community. I like knowing people. I like being able to talk to everyone and have a good frame of reference. I like how there's some variety here because we have fishermen, we have cranberry farmers. People have a variety of jobs that are not typical of a community. So I just love the diversity here and the small town feel.
I agree with you. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, it does not.
Do you like the old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What am I?
Me too. Tom Cruise or Johnny Depp?
Oh, Tom Cruise.
SpongeBob
Matt Damon,
SquarePants.
so you know though, Matt Damon too. Matt Damon is my favorite of all of that era of guys. Matt Damon.
SpongeBob SquarePants or Tom and Jerry?
SpongeBob. I've been watching SpongeBob since Garrick was little.
Do you have any words of encouragement for elementary school students?
I think that elementary students need to just keep trying. Use Imagine Learning products. At our house, we have used Imagine Learning a lot to supplement what's happening in the classroom. I think that we will get through this, and it's hard. I think what's the hardest part for elementary kids is they don't even know their teachers. They haven't been able to meet them in person, and that can be hard. But know that we are working on a plan to get kids back to school soon. We want to see kids at school. We want to have kids here. And as hard as it is, they'll look back on this when they're adults and remember that they made it through the pandemic of 2020. And we are waiting for them anxiously. We want them here and we want them in the classrooms. So I think that's my advice. Just hang in there. We'll make it.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I just want to thank you for taking the time to interview me and to really express my gratitude for this community, for their support of all of our students and our staff, and how the community has come together to help our kids. I don't know if you know this, but we've been working with the tribe down in Shoalwater. We've been working with the daycares to make sure all of our kids can be taught during this time. We have every single student was given a device during the pandemic, which is kind of unheard of in our area. We had the devices ready to go. So I think that I just need to thank our community for being so great.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Madisyn. See you later.
Thanks, Madisyn. You did a great job.
Thank you. This is Will Patrick from Texas. He's going to be doing the pledge today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Will Patrick.
Do you have an updated map for us, Madisyn?
Yeah, I do. Look, there's a lot of states colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. 33 more to go.
Only 33? Oh, man, I thought we've done all 50 already.
Not yet, but we're getting close.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you would like to contact us, here are emails down below. Remember, our emails are for questions, ideas, shout-outs, and pledge videos, of course. This is episode 104 of Morning Announcements.
Wow, 104. Didn't know there was that many. We hope you have a great week with your learning. Until next time, remember, be a good kid.
Do the right thing. What he said.
Woohoo! Bye!
Bye-bye. Principal's message, Mr. I is going to be fired for eating pizza on the job.
No, please, don't!